Hello, I'm going to give you my review of Anime Revolution. So as you may or may not know, Anime Revolution is Vancouver's brand new anime convention, which was downtown at the convention center this weekend. And I have a couple things to say about it. Now, some people really didn't like it. Others did. I've heard mixed reviews, so I'm going to give you my take on it. As a fairly new con goer, I did have fun. It was very expensive, I will give you that. I pre-ordered back in March when passes were still $50. And even then, that's quite a bit of money, especially for such a brand new convention. I did see some things wrong with it. First of all, one of the panel rooms was cut in half by a curtain. What? A curtain does not block sound. Another thing I found kind of annoying was there was a separate room that was bigger than most of the other panel rooms solely for the lineups. Now, I guess this is to conserve space. However, you couldn't tell how big the lineup was until you went in and then was like, oh, look, a super long lineup. I guess I'll sit here for like half an hour, and then you don't even get in. They were fairly small rooms. They had like however many 100 capacity, and they filled it very quickly. However, I did have a lot of fun at some of the larger events. I really liked the walk-off. So if you don't know what a walk-off is, I suggest you see Zoolander. It is hilarious. The walk-off for Anime Revolution was no different. It was so funny, and I had such a good time just watching it. I think it made up for some other aspects. I'm sorry, there was a Loki. I died. I had a little fangirl spasm. I'm sorry. Among other contestants that went to the finals was Bolin from Legend of Korra, Alphonse Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, Dick Grayson / Nightwing. Other competitors I saw were people like Korra or Slick and Slide. And I also had a lot of fun just seeing the other cosplays just kind of around the convention. There were some really, really good ones there that made me feel so inferior. Most of my photos just happened to hit Homestuck because I went to a Homestuck photo shoot. I was in Homestuck cosplay for the majority of the weekend. I was covered in gray paint. That was not fun to get off. No, seriously, I had it in my armpits. That is not fun. On the Friday, I went as Terezi. And on the Saturday, I went as March Aridin. And if you don't know what that is, don't look it up. These are my cosplays, and I am completely gray. How did that happen? But everyone seemed to like my cosplay. The other thing I noticed was peace bonding. That's when if you have a weapon or a prop that looks like a weapon, then they will tie something on it to let other people know that you are not going to stab them or kill them or anything. It's been inspected. However, I noticed that there was a lot of things that were peace bonded that maybe didn't need it, such as like a cane, like a staff cane that someone was using for a CL cosplay. It was like a walking cane. They are not going to stab anybody with it. It was blunt. Other ones were blunt props, obviously fake weapons, and there were some more realistic ones and probably ones that were actually capable of inflicting damage that weren't peace bonded. So that was a little bit confusing and a little bit off-putting. And the last complaint was definitely the tourists. The convention center is right near Canada Place, which lots of cruise ships come in, lots of tourists go to, and the tourists were having the time of their lives taking pictures of us freaks. Normally, I love having my picture taken. I love being the center of attention. I love making a spectacle of myself. And I didn't think much of it at the time, but I realized afterwards that they were probably laughing their asses off at us and thinking how stupid we looked. And it wouldn't be so bad. Lots of them actually did ask me before taking my picture, which I thought was nice and respectful. However, some didn't. Speaking of pictures, I had lots of fun at the Homestuck photo shoot. Apparently there was one organized at 6 p.m. I was at the walk-off at the time, so I wasn't even there. But someone else had supposedly put on this tiny little board that there was a Homestuck photo shoot, even though we'd already planned one and already did one 5 hours earlier. So apparently lots of people were really confused. I wasn't there, but apparently it wasn't very well organized. The dealer's hall was pretty cool though. I got some buttons. There's this one. Hey, listen. And this Doctor Who one I got that says, don't blink. Ah, Weeping Angels! There's actually Weeping Angel cosplayers. They were pretty cool. So all in all, it was pretty fun for me. I just decided to enjoy myself and not focus on the negative. But there are some people that did not have a very good time, and I'm sorry. And so now I'm very much looking forward to going to Cause and Effect next weekend, and I have to complete a cosplay in about 3 days. I will be in an Ask panel, actually, Q&A Ask panel for Homestuck, and I will be the Eridan. Hooray! Oh, and one more thing I forgot to add about that. Kenzie from this channel is actually being our Trezzy, so I'm excited! So sorry about the late upload. I will see you next week after Cause and Effect.